Did you see the Olympic opening ceremony?
Yeah.
On Friday night? I thought the particularly good bits were the Queen parachuting out of the helicopter. We tried to explain to Heather that it wasn't actually the Queen. She got a bit sort of concerned at that point. You can't possibly do that. So we said to her that it wasn't. It was a stand-in. I thought the corgis, and they were the real corgis, were very good. The real corgis. They weren't hired corgis. They were the real ones. And I thought the Rowan Atkinson sketch was particularly good as well. And the dream sequence, we did the Chariots of Fire, and coming up to the end, and you had the guy who was just about to go through and he trips him up. It was brilliant. The nice thing about the Olympics, and then
they were good.
What we say on the doing that was good. We left just as Andorra marched on to take Heather home, and we got back just as Nigeria were marching on. It felt quite peculiar. But the nice thing about the Olympics, despite all the political hype, despite all of the business stuff and the millions of pounds that are spent, the thing I like about the Olympics, and the thing I like about other things like that, are the idea that it's the world coming together as one community. And it really is an ideal, isn't it? Because unfortunately there's still wars going on around the world. I mean, it was odd to see the Syrian delegation march on when you know that back at home they're fighting each other. But it's an ideal, isn't it, of the worldwide community meeting together in sport. And I thought that's really nice, if only it could be true. Because with all the other things going on, it feels like it's a little bit hypocritical, doesn't it? You know. But that's what we're talking about over these next few weeks. We're talking about the idea of community. And last week we talked about the idea of koinonia, or fellowship, about it's not just associating with people that makes a community, it's actively participating in it, sharing in it, that builds community. And we looked at the Old Testament idea of community, which was quite exclusive and about the covenant relationship with God, and you were either in it or you weren't. And then we talked about the New Testament idea of community that Jesus taught us, about this, it's a relationship, and God wants everyone to be in that relationship, so it's inclusive. So the next question is, so where does the church fit in to all this? Now, if you go into nice little country villages, and we've all been through nice picturesque country villages, haven't we, with a nice village green and the post office and the little pub and all those things. There's usually a parish church, isn't there? Lovely old building that's been there hundreds of years, and over those hundreds of years, that church has probably been the centre of the community. Maybe not now, but over the centuries it will have been. And that made me think about, what is it that church does in community? So what does church do in community? That's the question.
It's a focal point.
It's a focal point, yeah. So everyone comes together in one place, yeah. What other things do churches do in communities?
They help people in trouble.
They help people in trouble.
They come into, if they're desperate, they'll come in.
Yeah.
Speak.
Yeah, usually only when they're desperate.
Only when they're desperate.
Yeah. What other sorts of things does a church do?
Show the love of the Lord in the community.
Show the love of the Lord, yeah.
A symbol of hope.
Symbol of hope, yeah. thought of these various things. First of all, it's often a building at the centre of the community, isn't it? It's somewhere where people can identify that that's a place that's welcoming and where you can go. It's a moral place. It's where they show the light of the Lord, the light in the darkness, hopefully where Christians show a bit of salt and light in the community. It's a spiritual place, hopefully, where there's worship, Sunday services, where there's weddings and funerals and christenings and baptisms. It's a place of service where various activities go on to help people or bring people together. It's a place of ministry where pastoral needs are met. And it's a social hub, isn't it? It's a place where the community can come together. But then that means more than just the building, doesn't it? And this was something we were talking about this morning. Church isn't just the building. Church is a place where things happen. But church is people. The Greek word for church is Ekklessia, which not only means people and not a building, it means a people who are called out to do something. It's people with a mission, if you like. And that's the next bit we want to start thinking about. If community needs church, and we have to decide what church is, we need to determine what we are as church. And if church means people on a mission, we need to think about what our mission is. And that's what we'll look at in the next bit of the talk.